Would you like to get a federal government job faster? A federal agency has cut the time to hire in half. And other agencies, they can do the same thing. This is called using shared certificates. One of the agencies leading the way when it comes to using shared certificates is the Health and Human Services, HHS. The way that this works is you jump on USAJobs.gov, you search, and you apply for a job announcement. Let's say it was an administrative assistant position. You were found eligible. You were qualified for the position. You were even referred, but nobody got back to you. So you didn't get the interview request. Maybe they had someone else in mind. Maybe somebody was more qualified for you. Doesn't matter the reason. So now an agency can take that list with your name on it and they can share it with the adjacent office. Another hiring manager in a completely different office, they can select you. They can ask to interview or perhaps even extend a job offer to you. The reason this shortens the hiring process is because you were already found eligible and qualified for a position. So they don't need to spend time assessing you. You're not applying and then waiting days or weeks to find out the result. You are a qualified candidate. So this saves your time as the person applying, and it saves human resources time because they don't have to do any more assessments. This practice isn't that new. It began back in 2015 under the Competitive Service Act, but it hasn't been used that much until recently. Here's another example on how it could work. Let's say you apply to USDA as a management analyst. That's a 0343 job series position. You apply, you don't hear anything back. 3-4 weeks goes by, and then out of the blue, you get an interview request for a 0560 position. How can this be? You applied and were found eligible for 0343. What does this 0560 have to do with 0343? Well, surprisingly, there are a lot of similarities between the two. This exact situation has happened in the past. So what this means to you is you have to get on USAJobs.gov, start applying more to give yourself a chance. Instead of applying once or twice a week, change that to once or twice a day. And look at the positions that are 12-month roster positions, 9-month public notice positions. Those job announcements will consider candidates on a routine basis. Every few weeks, every month, you are going to be assessed multiple times throughout the span of those 9 to 12 months. So don't be discouraged when you see 12 months. They're making their decisions every couple of months or every month. Apply to those. So how effective has shared certificates been? In the past few years, HHS hired about 12,000 employees solely on shared certificates. This is an increase of 33%. Every year since 2020, you see the number of hires going up and up. If you are looking for federal government jobs, you should be attending virtual hiring events. I push out a list every week on Thursday of all the virtual hiring events taking place. If you want me to send it to you, sign up to the free newsletter down below. Now, different agencies do the hiring process a little bit different. HHS, they've been using SMEs, subject matter experts, in order to help them assess a candidate. Now, these individuals, they're not always available. They can't always rely upon the SME to be there. And this is why I tell most people, when you're writing your resume, write it to someone who's not even in your industry. So don't use so many acronyms. Make it so that anybody can understand. Do not talk about these specific organizations that nobody outside of your field would have any knowledge of, because you're going to create confusion. And what you do not want to do is confuse the person that's reviewing your resume, whether that's the HR specialist or the hiring manager. You don't want to create more confusion because those, they can serve as obstacles. But even the agencies that use SMEs, those SMEs, they have their own duties and responsibilities. They're not necessarily assigned to the HR office. HHS, they use a platform called Hire Now. This particular site has thousands of active resumes that hiring managers can look through to see if there's a good fit there. There's filters, so they can sort by GS grade. They can sort by specific job series. This right here, this is how the Hire Now website looks like. You can see there are 7 different filters that a person can search with. You can also see current and upcoming job announcements. Let's say HHS is currently looking for people in the 0600 job series, looking for people that they could potentially hire. This is how it would look. For a 0601 in Maryland at the GS14 level, we see there's 7 certified applicants. They could decide to interview all 7 of these and find the best fit. With the website Hire Now, a person is in there for 240 days. All of those days, you could be considered for a position. Now, once again, not every federal agency is using Hire Now or an equivalent website, but as we progress into the future, you can easily see how more and more agencies are going to adopt a similar practice. When it comes to HHS, they have excellent ratings in the Best Places to Work survey, coming in at number 2 in all large federal agencies. The only agency that beats it is NASA. If you are new to the job search, there's two main things that are going to make the difference when it comes to getting a federal government job. The first thing is going to be your resume. How is it structured? How is it worded? How are you making it compelling? What are the achievements in there? Is it speaking to the job announcement? That's one. The second one is consistency. How often are you doing it? Are you just doing it once or twice a week? A lot of people are. A lot of people are doing it just a few times a month, and then they're disappointed when they do not get the results that they had expected. Well, you can't have any expectations if you're just applying a few times a month. Really dial in your focus. Look at your job search, really narrow in those filters, and then commit to applying at least once or twice a day. If you're having difficulties on identifying your achievements, wording them, structuring them, or maybe you're thinking, I don't even have any achievements, help me out. Well, I'm going to help you find those achievements and word those achievements. If you're interested in that, I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.